began as a perfectly ordinary day on April 11, 2023, at Red Ridge Community College, a suburban campus 30 miles outside Dallas, Texas. Surveillance cameras recorded hundreds of students moving between lecture halls, the usual mix of backpacks, coffee cups, and half-awake conversation. Among them was Anna Perez, age 22, a senior majoring in elementary education. She was known for her quiet confidence, her meticulous notes, and a circle of close friends who often teased her for being the responsible one. She had no idea that one of her classmates had spent the semester studying more than textbooks. His name was Ethan Ward, 23, an automotive tech student who shared a few general education classes with Anna. Friends said he seemed harmless at first, soft-spoken, always offering to carry her books, holding doors a little too long. Anna, polite by nature, had thanked him and moved on. She wasn't interested, and she'd told him so in February. But Ethan didn't move on. Over the next weeks, he began showing up wherever she was, in the cafeteria line, at the library table she favored, outside her night class. Messages appeared on her social media from burner accounts. "You're beautiful when you study." Campus security documented 2 informal complaints, but found no explicit threats. At 9:42 a.m., Anna swiped her student ID to enter Building C, where her child development seminar met every Tuesday. She appeared cheerful, speaking with classmates. At the same time, parking lot cameras showed Ethan's blue 2010 Toyota Corolla pulling into the north lot, a zone usually reserved for staff. He sat there for almost 20 minutes, head down, occasionally glancing toward the main doors. At 10:07 a.m., he got out, carrying his backpack and a small gym bag. He walked straight toward Building C. Class ended at 12:15 p.m. Students spilled into the hallway. Anna was seen on camera talking to a friend, waving goodbye and exiting through the side doors toward the parking lot. At 12:18 p.m., another camera caught Ethan following 30 feet behind. At 12:20, the two appeared together in the northwest lot, walking side by side. Ethan's left arm was around Anna's shoulder. She wasn't resisting, but her posture appeared rigid. That 22-second clip would become the centerpiece of the investigation. Campus administrators first saw it hours later, after everything had already happened. Between 12:25 p.m. and 4 p.m., Anna was unaccounted for. She missed her shift at the campus tutoring center. Calls from friends went to voicemail. At 3:45 p.m., her roommate, Sofia Alvarez, texted, "Where are you? You said you'd be home for lunch." No reply. By 5:12 p.m., Sofia filed a missing person report with campus security, referencing Ethan by name. Officers began checking classrooms and parking lots, but had no probable cause to escalate. At 6:37 p.m., the front door of the Lakewood Police Department, 5 miles from campus, opened. Anna Perez stumbled inside, bleeding from her left arm and neck. Desk Officer Brandon Kelly described her as pale, shaking, but coherent. She clutched her side, whispering, "He tried to kill me." Paramedics treated 2 shallow stab wounds and transported her to Lakewood Regional Medical Center. She was in stable condition by nightfall. Detectives interviewed her within hours. Her account was halting, but clear. "He said we should talk." I didn't want to make a scene. We walked to his car. Once we were inside, he started yelling that I'd embarrassed him, that I owed him a chance. When I told him no again, he pulled a knife from the glove compartment. During the struggle, Anna had grabbed the blade with her bare hand, then kicked open the passenger door and fled into a wooded area near the Old Quarry Road bypass. She followed the main road for nearly 2 miles before flagging down a passing driver who dropped her at the police station. Detectives immediately broadcast a bolo for Ethan Ward, male, 23, 5 feet 10 inches, driving a blue 2010 Toyota Corolla, Texas plate 7 PD 4612. At 7:32 p.m., officers arrived at Ward's residence, a single-story rental on Pine Meadow Drive. The front door was unlocked. Inside, they found signs of a violent struggle, a toppled chair, a trail of blood leading toward the kitchen, and a half-packed duffel bag. Ward was gone. Crime scene photos later showed streaks of blood on the counter and a knife sheath without the weapon. At 7:55 p.m., roughly 20 minutes after the bolo, a separate 911 call came from a rural stretch of Highway 214, 8 miles south of town. A motorist reported a single-vehicle collision, a blue Corolla overturned in a ditch. Responding deputies found the driver trapped inside, conscious but bleeding heavily from a deep wound to the leg. The ID in his wallet confirmed it: Ethan Ward. A blood-stained folding knife lay on the passenger floorboard. Ward was airlifted to Methodist Hospital Dallas, where he underwent emergency surgery. Forensic teams processed the crash site overnight. Inside the car, they recovered 2 cell phones, one registered to Ward, one prepaid. A printed photograph of Anna Perez taken from her Instagram profile. A handwritten note reading, "If she won't listen, I'll make her." Analysis of the prepaid phone showed dozens of unsent text drafts to Anna, many angry, some pleading. Detective Marta Ruiz, who led digital forensics, later said, "It was obsession disguised as affection. Every file, every message circled the same idea: control." News of the attack spread across Red Ridge Community College by morning. Administrators canceled classes and issued a statement urging vigilance. Security footage from the parking lot was released to police and shown repeatedly on local news. That short clip of the two walking together, his arm around her shoulder. Students flooded social media with the hashtag #JusticeForAnna. Campus President Dr. Elaine Morris held a press conference at 10 a.m. "This tragedy underscores the importance of reporting repeated unwanted attention. Ms. Perez did everything right. The system failed to act in time." When Ethan Ward regained consciousness 2 days later, detectives read him his rights. He agreed to speak. "I didn't mean to hurt her," he said. "I just wanted her to understand. She kept saying no, and I couldn't take it anymore." He claimed the stabbing was an accident, that Anna moved into the blade. Investigators countered with physical evidence: defensive wounds on Anna's hands, blood on the knife handle belonging to both. The interview ended when he requested an attorney. On April 14, 2023, prosecutors filed formal charges: attempted murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, unlawful restraint, stalking. Bail was denied. Detective Ruiz told reporters, "We have digital intent, physical evidence, and a surviving victim." The pattern is unmistakable. Anna spent 6 days in the hospital. Her wounds healed quickly, the trauma less so. Counselors from the Victim Services Division worked with her daily. In a later statement, she said, "I thought if I ignored him, he'd stop. I didn't want to get anyone in trouble. Now I know silence doesn't make you safe." She returned to campus that fall under increased security. Her classmates organized a self-defense and awareness program in her name. The trial of Ethan Ward began on November 6, 2023, in Dallas County Superior Court. Prosecutors presented a timeline built from surveillance, cell tower data, and Anna's testimony. They argued that Ward had planned the abduction for weeks, purchasing the knife online, scouting parking lot cameras, and keeping a spare change of clothes in his car. The defense conceded obsession but claimed temporary emotional disturbance. When Anna took the stand, she spoke clearly. "He wasn't out of control. He was calm when he held the knife. He told me, 'If I can't have you, no one will.'" Jurors later said her composure was decisive. After 3 hours of deliberation, the verdict was guilty on all counts. Sentence: 25 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Ward showed no emotion as the verdict was read. Following the conviction, Red Ridge Community College introduced new measures: a mandatory harassment reporting app for students, immediate police notification for repeat stalking complaints, additional cameras and lighting across campus lots. In March 2024, Texas lawmakers passed the Campus Protection Act, requiring all public colleges to document and track harassment cases involving former or current students. Detective Marta Ruiz later reflected on the investigation for a local true crime program. It was fast, less than 24 hours from abduction to capture, but it could have ended differently. The surveillance footage, the bolo coordination, her bravery running 2 miles while bleeding, that's what saved her. She paused, then added, "The saddest part is how common this pattern is. Rejection, fixation, escalation." By the following year, Anna had graduated and relocated to Austin, where she began teaching at a local elementary school. She declined all media interviews but released one written statement through her attorney. "People ask how I survived. The truth is, I didn't fight to be a hero. I fought because I wanted to see my family again." Her story became part of a domestic violence training module distributed to college police departments statewide. At a 2024 Victim Advocacy Conference, campus president Morris summarized the lessons learned. Early complaints must be treated as warning signs, not nuisances. Technology, cameras, phone data, can expose danger, but cannot prevent it without awareness. The difference between tragedy and survival often depends on minutes and choices. She ended her speech with a simple reminder. Anna walked into that police station bleeding, but alive. Her courage turned a crime into a conviction. Ethan Ward is currently serving his sentence at Allred Unit in North Texas. He will be eligible for parole in 2048. Records show no visitors since his sentencing.